up everyone, this is Draco Evolve here. Manchester United versus Southampton in the Premier League. And this is my match preview. We're going to be going through Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference. We're also going to be going through some stats, head-to-head stats that is. Also what Bruno Fernandes has been saying about Marcus Rashford, as well as my predicted lineup and my predicted scoreline. So that's the format of generally my videos, and I appreciate everyone that's been, subscribing to me and also been leaving comments and likes. It does help the channel, guys, so I really appreciate it and thank you. Anyway, back to the most important thing. It is the Premier League. Manchester United is back yet again. We got the game kicking off tomorrow, depending on when you are watching this video. But as a United fan, I must say that I am happy and I am looking forward to watching matches in regards to Manchester United. It wasn't the case over the last few years. We'll all admit that we played some pretty poor things, poor stuff, poor football, poor tactics, poor management, underperforming players, results, losing points against teams that we generally tend to beat. But over the last few weeks, especially since the restart, we have been on amazing form. Talking about form in the Premier League, I'm not going to go down too low, but in the Premier League, especially the last 5 games, we are officially the best informed team. As you can see, 1 draw and 4 wins on the trot in the Premier League. And that speaks volumes. And you can see on the table, we are now roughly 2 points behind. Not roughly, we are 2 points behind Chelsea, and we have a game yet to play. In fact, that will mean if we win the game against Southampton, we will be 1 point ahead of Chelsea and we will be officially 3rd in the league, which is fantastic compared to where we were in the beginning half of the season and how many points we were off the pace. I'll bet, it has been poor Premier League by recent standards. Not many teams, including Man City, have done very well. Apart from Liverpool, you can see Man City getting 9 losses. That's a rarity. So it's been, in terms of the league quality itself, it has been a poor year. But it's all about Manchester United at the moment. I think Manchester United is in everyone's lips at the moment, and I cannot wait. If we win, fantastic, we go up to 3rd officially. Southampton are 12th. However, if we do lose, we are still ahead of Wolves by 3 points, and Leicester still got a game to play, which they're playing later on today, I believe. So look, as soon as, if Leicester don't win, you look at the last 5 games, they haven't been on great form, then we will be 3rd 100%. Looking at the club stats versus Southampton, as you can see, in all competitions or wherever we face Southampton, we have won 65 games, 33 draws and lost 28 times. If we go right to the bottom, which is in recent times, not that lady, so in August we drew with them away 1-1, and the last time we beat them was last year, March last year, 3-2. However, looking back in the last sort of 5 games or so, there has been 3 draws and 2 wins for Manchester United. The 2 wins that came against Southampton were fairly close games. You can see we've only won by 1 goal margins. So this game might be closer than we think. Excuse me. So these are some stats going into the Manchester United versus Liverpool. Now let's look at some of what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had to say and read the article here. In terms of team news, there will be an unchanged, well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has hinted there will be an unchanged lineup. This is what he had to say. There's so many things you have to consider when you manage a team who are unbeaten 17 games across all competitions. We've got players here champing at the bit, but also those that are in the rhythm. So there was a bit of a hint that we will be most likely seeing the same starting 11, and I do agree with that, especially with the multiple breaks in the game. Also the ability to make 5 substitutions to give rest out and run outs to different types of players. Why not start the same team, play the same team, and as soon as we go 2-3 goals ahead, which we are more than capable of now, you rest up players. It's simple as that. Bruno Fernandes, so he's come out ahead of the game and talked about his teammate Marcus Rashford. This is what he has to say. Let me just go for his quotes. Oh, no, let me go up. So he said Marcus Rashford is doing an amazing job, and also had praise for other players. So you can see, like you saw, Mason Greenwood scored a beautiful goal again, and Martial and Marcus did very well. I think everyone is talking about Marcus not scoring a lot of goals, but he's doing an amazing job. The game he is playing now, maybe he's not achieving his goals and everything, but with everything we are doing now, he will achieve more goals and more assists. In the games, in the complete football, because of football is not just about goals and assists, tell that to Firmino. It is about the team, and Marcus is playing very well for the team. Anthony is playing very well and scoring goals, which is what you want as a striker. And Mason is a young kid who's scoring every time in different ways, so you always need to expect something new from him. I hope Marcus can find more goals because he deserves it for the work he's doing for the team, and nobody sees it because everyone sees the goals and who scores and assists. The work he is doing for the team is amazing. He also went on to say Marcus was injured for a long time, so it's difficult to find that confidence again to do things like shoot from far out, but he's doing an amazing job for the group, and I think he deserves credit for this. Yes, this is what Bruno Fernandes had to say in regards to Marcus Rashford. Look, we all know Marcus Rashford has been injured in the beginning, but he's still on 20 goals for the club, which is an amazing fiat considering the fact that he was injured for pre-lockdown, isn't it? But it's not always about goals. Yes, you're a forward, you know, goals are expected, but Marcus Rashford is the type of player that will give you an outlet for what the type of play that we play, which is fast counter-attacking football. He can go dribble past you, pace past you, he can shoot from outside the box, he can you know, easily track back. He's a hard-working player. So it's not always about goals. I do agree with what Bruno Fernandes has said. And people say, where's the goals? Well, he's already on 20 goals despite the fact that he was injured for most of the season. So that speaks volumes on what his contribution was like during the season so far. Imagine we had a fit Marcus Rashford all the way through. It would have been a lot more than 20 goals. Obviously, we all know that Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford are pretty much vying for the top goal scorer position. Both are currently on 20 goals at the moment, but they gotta be looking over their shoulders, man. I think people are, you know, looking over their shoulders in regards to this wonder kid, Mr. Greenwood. How good is Mason Greenwood again? I mean, he has been bagging in goals left, right, centre in recent times. He has been given a chance on the right wing, and he has taken it, in my opinion, and he has taken it very well. He's only 18, and he is going to grow into a fantastic player, in my opinion. He can use both legs. He got the pace, he can dribble, he got the skills, he's got the flair, he's got the vision. He's almost a complete player in that sense that at the age of 18, what he's doing is scary. Simple as that, it's scary, guys. Imagine in a few years' time when he's got more game time, more experience, he develops himself further and works hard. He will be a force to be reckoned with. And at the moment, yes, Manchester United are in an exciting era of football, and it's led by... It's such an honor to see United youths kind of stepping up to the plate. You got another youth player in Mason Greenwood who's doing some fantastic stuff. And you know what? There are youth players coming through, and United will always produce talent like that. But for talents to come through, in my opinion, and then perform on the big stage and perform consistently is what makes them great, in my opinion. Now, this is my predicted lineup. As you guys know, I think everyone, don't worry about the numbers, guys. I think everybody knows what's gonna happen, you know. But we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna have De Gea in goal, Mr. One, Bissaka, Maguire and Lindelof. Lindelof did start the last game, despite the fact that I thought he was going to be injured. Shaw has been on great form. This is a settled back four, along with a resurgent Nemanja Matic. We're gonna have Pogba and Bruno obviously running the show in the middle of the park, and left side it's going to be Rashford. Rashford. And then we got Tony, Martial, and we got Mr. Greenwood, in my opinion. And this is going to be a settled lineup. We have all seen the last few weeks how United play now. They got a pattern of play. You can see Bruno Fernandes kind of drops in there. Matic and Pogba do things like that. Bruno Fernandes can drop and make a three-man midfield, but it generally tends to be playing like that. And I think we're going to be playing this formation at home to Southampton. Mason Greenwood obviously occupying the right side. He was doing a fantastic job, and Rashford, you know, is Rashford. You're not gonna get anyone dropping Rashford at the moment. But I might just mention Luke Shaw. You know, Luke Shaw has been getting a lot of stick recently. Not recently, but before, even for myself. But I have to be honest, you know, he has stepped up to the plate. He's been on fantastic form, and I'm so happy for the kid. I think he can develop, and if he continues to work hard, work on his gaming and positioning a lot more, he will become a wonder. Well, not wonder kid, I was going to say, but he's not young, but he'll become a great asset to United. Same with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. What we've noticed in recent weeks is that his forward play is getting better and better. He's second to none when it comes to defensive positioning, right? He's the best right back, certainly in the Premier League, defensively, probably in Europe defensively. Going forward, he's a bit of a suspect, but you can see he's working on the games. There are loads of crosses coming in from him, quality crosses. Obviously, he bagged a few assists as well. And I think him and Greenwood can form a great partnership on this side, where Greenwood is so creative and cuts in a lot more, allowing Wan-Bissaka to kind of overlap and get the balls in. And it's the same case. That's the plan with Luke Shaw and Rashford, but where Rashford is so direct, coming from this angle, running in, and Greenwood kind of stays around, lingers around here and runs in here. It does give less work for Luke Shaw to go up down if Rashford is just around here and just cuts in or runs up, which we've seen a lot more. But we'll get there, I think, eventually. Pogba and Bruno has been in fantastic form, obviously. They've created a lot of spark. The Pogba is finding his feet, and he's been amazing since the restart. He looks like he's enjoying his football again. And also, the balls he plays from this position, he can unlock defenses left, right, centre. Matic kind of holding the fort with Bruno, doing damage with Anthony Martial up front. But that's it. I think it's going to be a close scoreline. I do think that we're going to keep a clean sheet. I think it's going to be 2-0. That's my predicted scoreline. I know, straight up, that's my predicted lineup. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. And I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's match review. Stay fun.